There's something that confuses a lot of people after a relationship ends, or even after something that wasn't fully official, but it still felt real. It's not just that it hurts, it's when it hurts. Because sometimes the pain doesn't fully hit until after everything is already over. And when it does, it can feel overwhelming, like it's coming down all at once. You might find yourself thinking, why does this hurt so much? We weren't even fully together. Why am I feeling this now? And that confusion can make it even heavier. But this is where something important needs to be understood. The pain you feel after something ends isn't just about what happened at the end, it's about what your system didn't fully process while you were inside it. Because when you're in the middle of a connection, your nervous system is doing a lot at once. There's attachment forming, there's hope, there's uncertainty, there's emotional investment building over time. And as all of that is happening, your system is orienting toward connection. So your body is opening, your attention is more focused on that person. You're leaning into something that feels meaningful, even if nothing is officially defined yet. And the thing is, your nervous system doesn't necessarily track labels, it tracks experience. So even if you weren't official, your body still experienced that closeness, those moments of connection, moments of anticipation, moments where something felt meaningful, and all of that gets stored as real. And while you're in it, you're not just feeling everything fully, you're also managing it. You're trying to understand where things are going, trying to stay steady, trying not to overreact, trying to keep things together. And in that process, there might be moments where something didn't feel right, but you pushed it aside. Moments where you felt unsure, but you still stayed engaged. Moments where something hurt slightly, but you didn't fully let yourself feel it yet. It's because the connection was still active. There was still hope. There was still something to lose. And as long as that's happening, your system stays oriented toward it, toward the next message, toward the next interaction, toward what might happen next. But once it finally ends, something changes. There's no more interaction, no more uncertainty about what's happening. There's no more next moment to focus on. And suddenly, now your system has space. The adrenaline drops, the distractions start to fade, the effort of holding yourself together starts to release, and everything that wasn't fully felt before starts to come up. That's why it feels like it hits all at once, not because of the pain, not because of the pain just like appeared out of nowhere, but because it was delayed. Your system is finally processing what it didn't have the space to process before. And this is why it can feel so confusing, because you might think, I wasn't even fully with this person, but it felt real. And it did, because your body experienced it as real. Connection isn't measured by labels, it's measured by how much you opened, how much you invested, how much you felt. And when that ends, your system has to process the loss of that experience, not just the person, but the meaning, the potential, the version of things that could have been. And you might feel it as heaviness in your chest, a kind of emptiness, like a drop in your body that you can't fully explain. And sometimes trying to understand it all, trying to make sense of it all, trying to figure out what it all meant, you just start thinking about all of it, which is why you start replaying things, trying to understand everything after it ends, because your system is finally catching up. And this is where people often become hard on themselves. They think, why am I this affected? Why can't I just move on? But the intensity of what you feel isn't about how official it was. It's about how deeply your nervous system experienced it. And once you understand that, something starts to shift. You stop judging the feeling and you start recognizing it as processing. Not weakness, not overreaction, just processing. So if it feels like it hit you out of nowhere, it didn't. It was just waiting for the space to finally be felt. And as your system moves through it, it won't always feel this heavy. Not because you force it to go away, but because it's been fully felt now. In the next video, we're going to talk about something closely connected to this. Why you sometimes feel the urge to go back, even when you understand why it didn't work out.